guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to give a quick message quickly. Literally, like the past few days, people have just been dragging Will Smith through the mud, like as if to say he's not a normal human being. Now, we understand that he might have acted out of character, number one, and number two, he shouldn't have hit Chris Rock. So I'm not condoning the violence, but I personally believe that a man should defend his wife. Yeah? So people are behaving as if to say he shouldn't defend his wife. Yes, he's supposed to defend his wife, yeah? He's supposed to defend his woman, yeah? And I don't see the reason as to why everybody's dragging him through the mud at the end of the day. I know that they're saying, oh, he acted out of character and because of his wife this and his wife that, but at the end of the day, you have to look at it from this kind of perspective, yeah? First of all, his wife had alopecia, where it's a condition where her hair was falling out, and obviously she's probably gone through a lot of emotional trauma, emotional stress regarding the whole situation. And at the end of the day, what you're telling me, he shouldn't have defended his wife? Yeah, he should defend his wife. Why? Because at the end of the day, if she goes home and she's unhappy now the whole house becomes unhappy. Because first of all, the kids are going to be like, oh, rah, daddy didn't even defend my mum. Right? And they're going to be looking at him like, oh, you're a bit of a waste man. Still, you're a bit of a waste man. Like, and I'm not saying that he is a waste man. Like, he's a predominant public figure. Like, he's a big influencer. Yeah? And at the end of the day, I feel like genuinely, as a black man, you're supposed to protect your woman anyway. You're supposed to protect your missus. Now, don't be telling me about don't bring up no August and all that foolishness, yeah? That's not really relevant to the topic. The topic is that someone dissed up his wife and you people are behaving as if to say he should have sat there. I understand that he could have dealt with it in a different manner, but at the end of the day, he probably looked at it and thought, rah, man's dissing up my woman, and I looked over at my woman, she didn't even look happy, because some people are saying like, rah, he only reacted because of, he looked at his missus and saw that his missus was upset. Well, obviously he's going to be thinking in his head, rah, if I go home now, my whole family, there's going to be issues because I didn't defend my woman, and my kids are going to be unhappy with me and blah blah blah. And so, you know what, I remember, and then something might have triggered him, yeah, where he might have remembered the emotional trauma, and he might have been like, you know what, I remember my wife when she was going through her trauma, how depressed she was when she was going through her alopecia, and now my next man's gonna come disrespect up my wife and then think that I'm gonna go home and play happy families regardless if I win an Oscar or not. So imagine he didn't do that. He went home and he got his Oscar now. He can't go home and play happy families because the missus is going to be upset. Once the mother is upset, then the kids are going to be upset because they're going to be thinking, right, daddy didn't defend mommy. Yeah? And then the whole house is going to be upset. So he would have been all right with his Oscar, but he's not going to be happy now. I'm guessing he probably has a little bit of regrets because he probably thinks that he shouldn't have hit him. But at the end of the day, he defended his woman. And I feel like man need to stop sugarcoating things and act like, oh, you shouldn't defend your woman. Yes, he could have dealt with it in a different type of manner. But a lot of people are talking about, oh, he should have done it behind closed doors. He should have done this behind closed doors. At the end of the day, if he would have done certain things behind closed doors, yeah, you guys would have still come back and tried to diss him up and keep on talking about his wife and dragging them through the mud. Like, I think it's kind of out of order. And I think you guys should put a bit more respect on Will Smith's name, yeah? Because the way how you guys are dragging him through the media, and I know some people are saying, oh, it's staged, and oh, it's this, and oh, it's that. Regardless if it's staged, if it's not, whatever the secret meaning behind it is, or any kind of nonsense like that, not really relevant. Real life topic is someone dished your wife and you should just sit there, chill and be humble about it. Obviously, if he found it funny, then whatever. But obviously the missus didn't find it funny, because there's no way I'm going to be married to my husband. Someone is going to make a joke, and I don't care what award you're winning, you think that I'm going to come home and be kiki. No, I'm going to be upset with you simply because I felt like at that time, during that time when you could have defended me, you did nothing to defend me. And that's the point of where I'm going to be coming from now. Because everybody's looking at it in the point of, oh, he shouldn't have hit hit him on national live TV in front of the whole world where everybody's watching. And also, this is at the Oscars. We understand that it's the Oscars, but at the end of the day, if my opinion is Chris Rock, if he was his friend, yeah, he's more than likely known that the guy's wife has had alopecia. She's gonna have gone through some trauma regarding it. So why do you think it's okay to come and make a joke like that, taking into consideration the man's wife and what she's been through? I don't think it's okay. Yeah, and I do understand people are saying, oh, but what about Chris Rock's family? Well, what about Chris Rock shouldn't have made that joke? How about that? Yeah, what about he shouldn't have made that joke? And I'm not dissing Chris Rock, and you know, I'm not trying to say anything against him, but as far as I'm concerned, everybody's dragging Will Smith through the mud. He's doing his thing, which is protecting his wife. Let me give you a nice example or a story. Yeah, in the book of Esther, yeah, the king told, what happened? The king, they was having some banquet or something. His wife, apparently, she was pretty and fair to look upon. And then, obviously, he wanted to stunt and show off his wife to his brethren them. And then he was like, he told his servants then, go and get my wife. Go bring my wife here. Like, I think he wanted to kind of show off her beauty. Now, I'm just paraphrasing, yeah? So, I think he wanted to show off her beauty. And he said, go and get my wife. She probably was like, when the maidservants came to get her, she was like, what? No, I'm not going there. Oh, so he thinks... This is what I'm thinking. She would have been thinking in her head, what, you think that I'm some wag? I'm a footballer's wife that you can be showing me off just for my beauty, so you can stunt in front of your friends with my beauty. Nah, I'm not coming still. I'm going to chill. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to relax. Then, after that now, when the maidservants the servants or whatever they are, went back to go and tell the king, I'm sorry, but your missus said she ain't coming still. Why? Then obviously, because this and that and whatever excuse they would have given him, yeah, then he would have been thinking, I'm the king and my wife is not obeying my command. So that means everybody else throughout the kingdom will be assuming that they can diss me up like that and disrespect me like that. And that will send a message throughout the whole kingdom that the wife should disrespect their husbands. Now, I don't think we should be having that. You know what? Let's dethrone her from the from the throne and give her position to another woman, because she had done something abominable in the king's sight. Not necessarily abominable, but obviously kind of disrespectful, where it would send a message to the other women that this queen dissed up her king, so therefore we can diss up our kings too. So they're sending a message to him, like her. It's like she's trying to send a message like to the other women to say, now you can diss up your husband like that still. If you don't want to do something what your husband said, you don't have to do it. But the Bible says, wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands, yeah? And anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to get at here, please listen to the end before you decide to make a judgment. Just listen, please, yeah? So when she did that, the king said, she's trying to take the mickey. So you know what? We're going to dethrone her. And when we dethrone her, we're going to appoint a next woman to be queen who is better than her, yeah? Because long story short, he didn't want her stupidness, what she did, where she didn't want to listen to what the king had said, to like just turn around and become as an example. So he made her as an example to show her like, next time you will obey what the king says and you will listen to when I say to you, come out here in front and do this and do that, or whatever the command was at that time, yeah, because obviously he's king, he's a ruler, isn't it? So therefore, long story short of what I'm trying to say to you guys, yeah, is that Will Smith's probably using that as an example, saying, okay, if I don't do something, then you guys are going to think that you can keep on coming, dissing me up, dissing up my wife, dissing up my family, and thinking that I'm going to sit there and accept it. Okay, let me make an example out of you guys. And that's the way how I've just looked at it, to be honest with you. And I think generally men are supposed to defend a woman anyway. Adam came before Eve. Eve didn't come before Adam, yeah? God made Eve as a helpmate, yeah? We all know what the man's duty is. Eve, the woman, yeah? Forget about her name being Eve. The woman is obviously made to be the man's helpmate, yeah? and to help the man. And we're not going to go into too much other topics because we're not derailing off of the point, yeah. But the point is, yeah, that the man is supposed to cover the woman. And therefore, as far as I'm concerned, Will Smith did what he did in terms of covering the woman and ensuring that the woman is going to feel secure. Because if she would have went home now and he didn't do that, she would have went home and felt disrespected and feel like, right, this man just allowed people to come and just like mock me like that. And yeah, so he did what he felt in his power was right at the time. Maybe it wasn't correct, but he did something anyway. And so, long story short, and another thing that I thought of anyway is that when he went up on the stage and he went to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock leaned in like as if to say, Chris Rock was gonna whisper something in his ears like as if to say, yo, Bridget, next time don't be calling up my wife's name like that, yeah, and don't be dissing up my wife like that, yeah. But long story short, I think that because Chris Rock would have assumed that Will Smith was like, oh, don't be calling up my wife's name like that, sorry, in Will Smith's head, he probably might have switched in the back of his head and been thinking, oh, you taking man for a joke, you're taking me for a joke, yeah, because you think you can diss up my wife and then I'm just going to lean in and whisper something into your ears. That's probably why he slapped him, because I know that certain man, yeah, certain males, yeah, would like to, let's say for example now, a man's gonna come and check them and you're probably thinking, right, my man's taking a Michael. Like, you think that you can just lean in and listen to what I'm gonna say and then next minute you're gonna laugh at me like I'm a laughing stock. No, then that's why he gave him the slap, yeah? Because I know if it was certain man and certain celebrities, no offense, yeah, we know certain celebrities and their man and their husband, go check them in front and be calling up their missus name and think that they're gonna not gonna check you. Yeah, they will check you. They'll put you in your place. Certain man will lick man down. Yeah, so don't get the thing twisted. Yeah, so I just feel like people should stop dragging Will Smith's name through the mud. Yeah, put some respect on his name. Yeah, well-respected black man. He's done well. Very, very well. He's a good role model to look up to. But obviously, I don't condone the violence. But obviously, he probably just had enough, to be honest with you. And I think like people should really use their brain and actually be thinking rather than be saying a bunch of stuff and just be dragging him through the mud. That's all I have to say anyway. Take care, guys. Bye.